Hi everyone, today we are doing a yoga for core strength sequence. Core strength is really important, especially if you're working on arm balances or inversions where you really need that core strength in order to keep your body stable and secure once you're in those poses. So we will begin in an easy seated position. If you want a little bit of more of a warm-up, then just click on the link in the right hand top corner and it will take you to a little warm-up and then come back to this video. So beginning in an easy seated position, grounding down through the sit bones, lengthening through the spine, crown of the head reaching up towards the sky above. Relax the shoulders down the back away from the ears, draw the shoulder blades together and begin to follow your breath. Just a nice natural pace of the breath as it moves and flows in and out through the nose. Taking a few moments to ground yourself in the here and the now. Beginning to deepen and lengthen the breath. Maybe noticing the subtle pauses at the top and the bottom of that breath. Allowing the mind to calm and quieten. Any thoughts melt away. When you feel ready, bring your hands out in front. Tuck the toes on under, send the sit bones all the way up and back, coming into downward facing dog. You can walk out the legs a little bit if you like, maybe sway the hips right to left, left to right. Send the armpits and the tops of the arms down towards the mat. Create space between the shoulder heads and the head and the neck, and find a nice neutral space for the head and the neck. Send the sit bones up towards the sky so you're really lengthening through the whole of the spine, grounding down through the hands. On your next inhale, wave forwards into a high plank pose. Option to stay here or lower down, chaturanga, halfway. Push up, high plank. Exhale, down dog. We'll do that 2 more times. So when you're ready, inhale, wave forwards, high plank pose. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, downward dog. Rise up, wave forwards, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, push back up, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Taking a moment to come back to the breath. And then wave forwards, high plank once again. We'll bring the right hand to the center of the mat. You can stack or stagger the feet and lift the left hand to the sky. Coming into Vashisthasana, side plank. You can keep the gaze soft and low just to begin. Maybe lifting that left leg up off the right, stepping it behind, lifting the heart, lifting the hips for wild thing. And the higher you lift the hips here, the more space you'll have for the upper back. Good. Slowly come back through that side plank. And then bring the left hand down to the mat, high plank. Bring the left hand to the center of the mat, roll on over to the knife edge of the left foot and lift the right hand to the sky. So we're taking side plank on the opposite side. Again, just keep the gaze soft and low for the moment. If you feel ready to, you can lift the right leg up off the left, step the right foot behind, lift the heart, lift the hips for wild thing. Slowly come out the same way you came in, side plank, high plank. Pausing here for a moment, making sure that your plank pose is nice and stable. Lift the left foot out behind you, then bring the knee to the elbow. Do that 3 times, tap, send it back. Good. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lifting those sit bones up and back. Long spine. Inhale, wave forwards, high plank. Pick the right foot up off the floor. Bring the knee to the right tricep. Send it back. And again, send it back, put it down. Exhale, downward facing dog. Grounding down through the heels towards the earth. Inhale, gaze forwards in between the hands. Hop to the top of the mat. Drink a breath in, lengthen through the spine, and then exhale, unfold. Inhale all the way up towards the sky, and then exhale, swan dive forwards. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, hop or step back, plank, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, wave forwards, high plank pose. Bring the right hand to the center of the mat, roll on over to the knife edge of the right foot, left hand to the sky, side plank. Maybe the gaze follows up towards the hand this time. And then bring the left forearm down to the mat as you lift the right hand to the sky and come onto the knife edge of the left foot. So forearm side plank. Lift the hips, breathe. Right forearm comes down, roll on to the knife edge of the right foot, left hand to the sky. Forearm side plank this side. Good. Left hand comes down, roll on over, knife edge of the left foot, right hand to the sky, side plank this side. Staying with the breath. Exhale, right hand comes down. Drop to both of your forearms, forearm plank, hips in line with the rest of the body. Gaze forwards and long. Find a nice space for the back of the neck to be. So remembering that the neck is an extension of the spine. Good. And then lower down, hips, tops of the feet, come into Sphinx pose. Lift the heart. Exhale, release. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes under, engage the core. Push yourself up, high plank, and then exhale, downward facing dog. Come back to the breath. On your next inhale, lift that right leg up and back for a three-legged down dog. Exhale, bring the knee to the nose. Good. And then we'll do that twice more. Lift the foot up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. Lift the foot up and back. And then exhale, step that right foot forwards in between the hands. Rise up, high lunge. Cactus out the arms a little bit if you like and open up the chest. Left hand comes down, right hand to the sky. Nice big twist, high lunge twist. And then maybe see if you can bring that right foot back so it stacks on top of the left side plank. Good. Lift that right leg up. Maybe take a disconnected tree pose in your side plank. Breathe. Exhale, release, push back downward facing dog. On your next inhale, lift the left foot up and back, three-legged dog. Exhale, round the shoulders, knee to nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. And then step that left foot forwards in between the hands. Inhale, rise up to a high lunge. Cactus out the arms, open up the chest if you like. And then bring that right hand down to the inside of the left foot. Left hand to the sky, high lunge twist. And then maybe see if you can stack that left leg on top of the right for side plank, this side. Again, if you want to take that disconnected tree pose, bend the left knee. Bring the foot up towards that right thigh. Exhale, release, push back, downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath in and out. And then when you're ready, walk your hands back towards your feet so you come into a forward fold at the back of the mat. You can take your two peace fingers around the big toes. Inhale, find length, and then exhale, forward fold. Do that a couple of times, working with your own breath here. Breathing into the backs of the hamstrings, finding length and space in the spine. And then inhale, gaze forwards, walk your hands all the way back forward so you come into a high plank pose. Good. Bring the forearms down, forearm plank. Good. You want to roll on over to the knife edge of the left foot. Keep the feet stacked and keep the forearms glued to the mat. Gaze forwards. Take it to the other side. So you rock on over to the knife edge of the right foot. Just twisting from the navel. Rounding down through the forearms. Bring it back to center and then walk the feet forward so you come into dolphin pose. Relax the back of the head and the neck, following the inhales and the exhales in and out through the nose. If you like, you can step the feet forwards a little bit more. Breathe into the shoulders, make sure there's space. And then walk it back. Forearm plank, release the pelvis and the tops of the feet, coming into Sphinx. Exhale, release all the way down, hands underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes, engage the core. Make your way back into downward facing dog. On your next inhale, lifting the right leg up and back, stack the hips this time so the right hip on top of the left. Drop the sole of the right foot down if you wish. Try and keep the shoulder heads as level as possible in this pose. Grounding down through the hands. And then square off the hips, extend out through the right heel, step that right foot forwards in between the hands and rise up to a warrior two. Relax the shoulders, relax the face. Breathe. Left hand comes down to the inside of the right foot. Maybe see if you can stack the right foot on top of the left, coming into side plank. If you want to here, you can take the two peace finger around the right big toe and then push that foot up, slowly release. Then step that right foot behind the left, open the heart, lift the hips for wild thing. Make your way back out the same way you came in. And then step that right foot forwards all the way to the top of the mat. Rise up to a high lunge. Exhale, bring the hands down through the heart space and step forwards to the top of the mat, bringing that left knee to your chest. Again, you can either stay here or take the two peace fingers around that left toe, left big toe, and then extend the foot towards the front of the room. Try and keep lifting up through the right kneecap. Send the hands towards the sky. Keep that foot extended out towards the front of the room. And then bring the left foot back as you bring the torso forwards, coming into warrior three. Virabhadrasana 3. Step it back, high lunge. Open up the heart, cactus out the arms. Exhale. Step back, high plank. Take a vinyasa and meet in downward facing dog. On your next inhale, lift the left foot up and back. Stack the left hip on top of the right. Drop the foot down towards the sit bones if you wish. Again, grounding down through the hands, making sure those shoulder heads stay nice and in line with one another. Staying with the breath, making the knee the highest point. Square off the hips and step that left foot forwards in between the hands. Rise up, warrior two. Relax the shoulders, soften the face. Ground down through that back foot. Bring the right hand down to the inside of the left foot, pivot on the feet, stacking that left foot on top of the right for side plank. Again, you can stay here, or if you want to give it a go, hook the left two fingers around that left big toe and extend through the foot towards the sky. Slowly come down the same way you came in, and then step that left foot behind, lift the heart, lift the hips for wild thing. Lift the hips a little bit higher. Slowly come back through that side plank. Pick the left foot up and step it forwards to the top of the mat. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, step forwards. Bring that right knee to the chest. Again, you can stay here or interlace the fingers around those right big toes and extend through the foot towards the front of the room. Keep lifting up through the left kneecap. Release the hands towards the sky, keep that right foot where it is, and then swing it back into warrior three, Virabhadrasana 3. Push the palms together. Exhale, step back, high lunge. Inhale, hands to the sky, open up the heart, cactus out the arms. Exhale, bring the hands down. Step back, high plank. And then roll on over to that right hand, lift the left hand up towards the sky, side plant variation, maybe with a disconnected tree pose. Come onto the left forearm, onto the knife edge of the left foot. Forearm, side plank, maybe disconnected tree pose on this side. Good. Right forearm down, left hand to the sky, maybe a disconnected tree pose in this forearm plank. If you wobble and fall, don't worry about it. It's just yoga. Bring the left hand down, right hand comes up. Maybe lift the right foot up, disconnected tree. Good. Come back through your high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Come back to the breath. Take a really nice deep breath in. And out. Gaze forwards in between the hands. Step to the top of the mat. Exhale and fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Sink a little bit lower. And a little bit lower. And then all the way down to the sit bones, come up into Navasana, boat pose. You can take the 2-piece fingers around the big toes, extend through the heels towards the sky, lengthen through the heart. If there's a slight bend in the knees here, that's fine. Just do whatever feels good in your body today. And then release the fingers, extend through the heels towards the sky. Bring the shin bones down so that they're parallel with your mat, coming into kind of a little boat pose. Exhale, Ardha Navasana, half boat. And we'll do this 4 more times, just with your own breath. Exhale, come down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. With a big smile, send those feet towards the sky. Breathe. And then exhale, release those feet down to the mat. Bring your forehead to your knees and give yourself a nice big hug. Coming back to the breath. Back to the breath. Back to the breath. When you're ready, gaze forwards. Come down onto your back. Cross your right ankle over your left or your left over your right. Begin to rock and roll forwards and backwards along the length of your mat. Bring the hands forward, shoot it back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And if you just step back or roll back or flop back, whatever you do, do that. Lift the right leg up and back. Inhale, open up the hips. Exhale, step that right foot forwards in between the hands. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, left hand comes down. Begin to stack those legs into side plank, Vashisthasana. Right hand comes down. Push it back into downward facing dog. Right leg up and back, and then step the right shin forwards towards the wrist, coming into pigeon pose. Make sure that your left ankle is in line with the left hip. And then when you're ready, exhale, fold forwards. Just making sure you come to a place that you can stay for a few breaths. This pose can be quite tough, quite challenging, so make sure that you are comfortable. You can stay on your hands, you can come to the forearms, you can make a little pillow for your head with your hands. You can grab a block if you've got one handy and just rest your forehead down on there. Whatever feels good. Just make a conscious effort to soften through your jaw. Relax the face, lengthen through the spine. And just bringing your attention to that breath as it moves in and out through your nostrils, into your body, and into your hips. When you feel ready, slowly bring the hands back underneath the shoulders, peel the chest up. Plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. Shake it out a little bit if you like. You can take a vinyasa, do whatever you need to do. And when you're ready, lift the left foot up and back, 3-legged dog, stack the hips. Step the left foot forwards in between the palms, rise up, warrior 2. Exhale, bring the right hand down, left hand comes up, stack those feet, Vashisthasana, side plank. Left hand comes down, push it back, downward facing dog, left foot up and back, and then step the left shin forwards towards the wrist, pigeon pose. Check that the right foot is in line with the right hip, lift the heart, lift the chest, and when you're ready, fold forwards, coming into your version of single pigeon pose. Again, softening through the face, finding a comfortable space where you can stay for a few minutes. Following your breath. Those inhales, those exhales, in and out through the nose. Nice and simple. Stay connected to your breath, connected to your heart. And release. When you're ready, bring your hands back underneath the shoulders. Lift your heart up first. And then plant the hands, tuck the back toes under, step back, downward facing dog. Again, shake it out a little bit if you like, doing whatever you need to do. And then bring the knees down towards the earth. Bring the sit bones down to one side, swing the legs forwards and make your way down onto your back. Just bring your hands to the belly for the moment. Allow the whole of the spine to connect to the earth. We'll make our way into bridge pose. Bring the feet towards the sit bones, hands to either side. When you feel ready, lift the hips up towards the sky and bring the chest towards the chin. You can interlace the fingers underneath the body if you like. Shuffle the shoulder blades together, coming up onto the sides of the arms. Keeping the legs drawing towards the midline, so your center. Relaxing through the glutes a little bit. Staying with the breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Slowly releasing the hands, making your way back down to the earth, pushing the low back into the mat. You can just knock the knees together slightly if you like. And then you can either do exactly what we just did, so take another bridge pose, or if you want to go ahead and take a wheel pose now, you can. So we'll come into wheel exactly the same as we came into bridge, first of all. So lift the hips, lift the arms up towards the sky, and then bring the hands behind the shoulders. Push into the hands. You can even just come up to the crown of the head first, take a little break there, and then lift the hips all the way up to the sky. Once you're there, keep the thighs drawing towards the midline. Maybe walk the feet in a little bit. Stay with the breath, release the head and the neck. When you feel ready to come down, bring the chin towards chest first, lower down shoulders first. Push that low back into the mat and allow the knees to knock together. Nice and soft, nice and simple. We'll bring the knees in towards the chest, T-shape out the arms to either side. Take a nice deep breath in and then exhale, release the knees over to the left as you bring the gaze out and over towards the right, if it feels okay in the head and the neck. Nice healing twist for the low back, for the spine. Feel your body begin to release and relax into the earth. And then exhale, bring everything back to center, and when you're ready, drop the knees over to the right and bring the gaze out and over to the left. You can even soften or close the eyes here now if you're ready to. Allowing yourself to soften and drop back into this space. Letting go of anything that might have come up during your practice today. Allowing yourself to be present in the here and now. Exhale, bring the knees back through center, and then take a happy baby pose by bringing the knees in towards the armpits and grab a hold of the outside edges of the feet. Lengthen through the tailbone towards the front of the room so you find length in the spine. Slowly release, make your way into Savasana. Final moments of our practice. Extend through the feet towards the front of the room. Release the hands and arms out to the side. Rotate the palms up towards the sky. Allow yourself to settle into the earth, knowing that right here, right now, is exactly where you're supposed to be. Savasana. When you feel ready to, begin to find some movement for the body once again. Beginning with the fingertips and the toes, allowing yourself to return to this physical space. When you're ready, reach the arms up and overhead. Take a nice big full body stretch. Bring the knees to the chest. Gently roll over to the right hand side. Just taking a moment here to let go of anything you no longer need. Making space for something new. And with helping hands rising heart first, make your way back into that easy seated position, grounding down through the sit bones, spine lengthening up towards the sky. Keep the eyes closed, bring the hands into heart center, Anjali Mudra prayer. Taking a moment to feel a sense of gratitude for your practice today. When you're ready, bow your head to your hands. From my heart to yours, Namaste. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe and share, and check back next week for a brand new video. Bye.